What if the next wave of propaganda is written less for people than for chatbots? Welcome to the Automated Daily Hacker News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. It's August 18th, 2026. I'm Trent Teller. Today, a look at AI trust and fatigue, a security warning from Snowflake's CI pipeline, a major DuckDB update, a clever Bluesky screenshot trick, and a quick trip back to Quake-era copy protection. This episode is brought to you by Stock MVP. Stock MVP helps you invest, like the pros, using data-driven insights. Find the link in the episode notes. Let's start with the broader AI mood, because two very different posts point to the same thing. People want less friction and more accountability. One author proposed a new shorthand, AI, DR, meaning, essentially, AI didn't read. The complaint is not that AI text exists, but that people are sending raw model output under their own name without trimming it, checking it, or taking responsibility for it. Alongside that, another piece made the rounds as a practical guide to turning off unwanted AI features across browsers, phones, office tools, and messaging apps. Put together, the message is pretty clear. Users are not done with AI, but they are getting far less tolerant of lazy AI communication and default on AI everywhere. A more serious AI story comes from reporting on something called the Hanover Institute for Public Policy, a think tank that appears to be fake and allegedly tied to an Israeli influence effort. The site reportedly publishes neutral-sounding, citation-heavy material designed to look authoritative to both search engines and AI systems. That is the key point here. We've spent years talking about social media manipulation, but the target is now shifting toward the source material that chatbots summarize and quote. If that layer can be flooded with polished, strategic content, then AI credibility becomes much easier to steer without most users noticing. On the security side, Wiz says its autonomous red agent found a critical GitHub Actions script injection bug in a public Snowflake repository, then used it during testing to reach Snowflake's internal Jira environment. Snowflake says the token was revoked quickly and that it found no evidence of access beyond the proof of concept. The larger takeaway is hard to miss. Modern development pipelines are now exposed to two fast-moving forces at once. AI-assisted coding can introduce subtle mistakes into automation, and AI-powered security tools can discover those mistakes almost immediately. The gap between a bad commit and a real security incident keeps getting smaller. In database news, DuckDB previewed version 2.0, codenamed Cyanoptera, and the big theme is expansion beyond the single machine analytics use case it is famous for. The release adds more server-friendly capabilities, stronger support for remote connections, and better handling of semi-structured data, while also pushing performance in the background. Why that matters is simple. DuckDB is no longer just the clever database people use in notebooks and local scripts. It is positioning itself more comfortably inside shared, production-style data environments, which is a meaningful shift for one of the most influential open-source analytics tools of the past few years. A neat reverse engineering post answered a small mystery around Blue Sky screenshots. Some users noticed that the Blue Sky logo appears in screenshots even though it is not visible in the live interface. The explanation appears to be a clever use of an iOS privacy behavior that changes how certain content is captured when a screenshot is taken. It is a tiny detail, but it says a lot about modern apps. The screenshot you save is not always a perfect copy of what you saw on screen. Platform APIs, privacy features, and design choices all shape that final image. And finally, a bit of computing history with a modern lesson attached. Fabien Sanglard looked back at id Software's 1996 Quake shareware CD, which tried to turn spare CD space into a retail unlock system. Buyers would get a challenge code, call in, and receive an unlock code to activate more of the game. It sounded inventive, but the protection fell apart quickly because the local software could effectively generate the answer itself. The nostalgia is fun, but the lesson still holds up. If your security model depends mostly on secrecy and hope, someone will probably crack it faster than you expect. Thanks to our sponsor, SurveyMonkey. Don't just know what happened, know why. SurveyMonkey can help you unlock insights by combining feedback with operational data to get vital context. Find the link in the episode notes. That's it for today. Links to all the stories can be found in the episode notes. Thanks for listening to the Automated Daily Hacker News Edition. I'm Trent Teller, and I'll be back tomorrow.